Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever episode of Gaming with VAs. So, to start off and not waste any time, I'm here with Aiden, the voice actor of Clarkson from the hit show Space Bros.
Sup? Yes, me, Clarkson from Space Bros. It's just me, guys. So yeah, woo! It's been a hot minute since I've been on this channel.
Oh yeah, it's been man, I
think it's like
literally
a year?
security breach.
But it's been a long time. But lots changed. Like me having my own indie pilot. Whoop.
Yeah, that's definitely new.
So yeah, for context, if you haven't already seen Space Bros, like I said, it's an indie pilot on YouTube. It's currently standing at 1.1k. It's almost up another 100. I've seen fan art, I've seen OCs, I've seen fan animations. I've seen people arguing about ships, even though there's one episode of the show and it's 6 minutes and 56 seconds long. It's only gonna get better. Like, we've got more animators now. It's gonna be a lot smoother in the full series. I guess what I'm doing now, I'm kind of on my promotional tour. Like, how musicians would promote their albums by going on news stations and stuff. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm advertising Space Bros in every way possible to make sure that it becomes a success. Not to say that there aren't already a lot of fans, because there are. Believe me. There are. I've actually gotten recognized in public. That I'm not lying when I tell you this. I've actually gotten recognized 7 times in public. Because I did a video where I answered questions about the show, and I showed my face in it, and people know what I look like, so they knew it was me. Because I wear the same jacket when I go out, so people recognize me. So yeah, there's that. By the way, this whole thing isn't just gonna be me talking while you get this excellent Smash Brothers gameplay. Before we started the recording, like a day or two ago, I made a post about this, so people could give voice request submissions. So we are going to be doing some voice request submissions throughout the video. We are going to be taking some requests that have already been submitted, but they're going to be evenly dispersed throughout the video. I don't know if we should start with one now or if we should wait a little bit to start.
Maybe wait a little bit.
Huh?
Maybe we should wait a little bit, because how many do you have?
I got a decent amount. I got 5 or 7. Wait, no. Actually 8. Sorry. So those can be evenly dispersed throughout the video. I think we could do that.
Yeah.
The real thing is that gotta keep on talking, keep the audience entertained. That's because I'm used to being I'm used to the whole live stream setup where we don't just edit out the bits of nothingness. I'm used to constantly keeping my audience entertained, especially in a format like this. So I'm used to keeping the audience entertained.
All right.
So yeah, Space Bros. I know you've seen it, Justin. I know you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So in your own words, how would you describe the pilot?
Pretty good writing, definitely. I thought that the writing was actually really good.
Well, thank you. I do try. However, the thing about the animation, let's talk about that for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, it could have been a whole lot worse. We didn't have the budget or the amount of animators we do now. But I still think it came out pretty decent, at least. Compared to the test animation. And a lot of people don't know this, but I actually had the idea to make Space Bros for a very, very long time. The first time I ever drew, I ever made it into an adaptation, was when I did some comics back when I was 13. Non-uploaded, like you don't check webtoons, they're not there. They're like, you know, like for myself, I drew in some notebooks and stuff with the characters. The first time I ever drew any of the characters for the first time was on the back of a sticky note in class. I still have that sticky note. And the crazy thing is, the last frame of Space Bros, where they're all standing together, holding like with Mark holding the laser sword, Star holding the little ray gun, and you know, Ava with the knife, and Clarkson with the bomb. That was actually like that position of all of them together moving, and as the music gets higher, that was the first time I ever drew them. So it was crazy to go from what I drew when I was 13 on the sticky note to like a couple years later, it's this. And like they're moving and talking and there's cool music and stuff. It's a really unique experience to see a world that you have been creating and building for a long time, brought into a setting made for entertainment. Anyway, yeah, can we cut out the amount of times that I said yeah over and over again?
If you'd like.
We could just make a compilation. Yeah. You know, I think now is the perfect time to do one of those voice requests.
Alright.
Okay, let's pick one, shall we? I like this one. I bought property in Egypt, and what they do for you is they kind of give you the property. That's all there is. That was one of the requests. I read it like 5 or 7 times. I'm still confused. The context, I have no idea why they want Clarkson to say this. Is it like for a fan fiction? I know people make those with Space Bros. I've seen one before. But yeah. I have no idea why.
Very interesting. I have no clue what that's supposed to mean.
I thought, like, at first I thought it was like a meme or something, like it was like a line from something that I haven't seen. But I looked it up, nothing came up. I have no idea what that's from or why they want me to say that. Dude, I hope that's not for, like, they're gonna, like, use that as, like, legal evidence in court or something. As you can see here, I was on a Discord call with him, and he clearly said right here that he was buying your property from Egypt, meaning that those transactions were false! Like, and listen, I know for a goddamn fact that all the members of the Space Bros voice acting team are under NDAs!
Oh no. And have they been for years, possibly?
Years. But for context, I don't know if people have seen it, but there was like this controversy between Tommy and there was a controversy between Tommy in it and Dream, and Dream had this crash out that was so funny. People added like anime music over it. My favorite one is the one with the Homelander dun, 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 placed over it. And it's basically Dream doing like a whole ass villain reveal speech. And he's like, I've come to admit to all my evil plans. They've come together. All of the members of the Dream SMP are under NDAs. And I have been siphoning every dollar that comes out of their bank accounts. And I have all their parents' numbers. And I will execute them. Execute them. If they say another bad word.
This is very peak Space Bros conversation we're having.
I love we do a whole lot. Dude, okay. This wasn't a request, but this wasn't a request directly. But back on the subject of requests, this wasn't like a posted on something. This was something that a friend of mine asked me to do while we were on the stream. This is a personal request from one of my friends that they want Clarkson to say this in this video. Okay, I'm gonna read it
now.
out.
Oh, sorry,
So-
something crazy just happened again.
Oh, yeah, I know, I can see. Basically, all I need you to say, Justin, is just say, that's crazy.
Alright. That's crazy.
Crazy. Hey, I was crazy once. They locked me in a room rubber room with rats, and rats make me crazy. Crazy. Oh yeah, I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats, and rats make me crazy. Wait, crazy. I think I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room with rats, and rats make me crazy. Wait, I was crazy once. And that's what they wanted me to do. Please, someone animate that.
I would love to see that.
Clarkson just in a padded room, losing his mind. They lock me in a room. Yeah. Also, please forgive the fact that I'm not actually playing the game and it's just Justin playing a game and I'm just here. We were supposed to play Fortnite together in this video. Dude, Clarkson was supposed to be spraying it up at Tilted Towers.
For real, yeah. Unfortunately, we ran into a lot of, well, not a lot of problems, just a simple problem. My computer's running out of space, and Fortnite just had a new update released today after I finally made the space to download the latest update. So, yeah, we couldn't do that.
Well, we're gonna get there eventually. We're gonna get there eventually.
Definitely.
Don't worry. Yeah. Soon, don't worry, you'll be hearing. Stop! Grab the pistol! We gotta head over to Tilted Towers. Man, I heard the craziest thing. Hatsune Miku's in Fortnite, man. We gotta get the frick out of here, man. Also, side note, I don't know if I should just curse in this video. I mean, I know that the majority of Space Bros fans are teenagers. I'm gonna be honest. They're not. Almost none of them are children, even though it looks like children would be watching it. I guess we do still beep. We do the little beep whenever they say a curse word. Oh yeah, I don't know. What did that just sound like when how did the audio pick up the beep? Because I could just do that whenever I say a curse word, like here.
Well, no, you don't gotta, censor yourself here. Just don't go on, a cursing spree, bro. That's all I ask, because I don't feel like being completely screwed over. I don't make money off my videos, but, I don't want to get age restricted.
You mother... And you're going around... The bee? I mean, people have already heard Clarkson uncensored cursing, because we got the hit song composed by Silverhound, Space with the Bros. The hit song.
Yes, I'm in the space of it. Everybody knows. They know me where it's snow.
Funny thing. Instead of doing that song, I was actually considering making a cover of KSI's Thick of It, but singing it as Clarkson. And I said this on one of my live streams, which led somebody, when I announced that I was going to be on this thing, and I was going to be taking voice requests, somebody posted, because they wanted to hear this so bad, they posted as a voice request, I'm in the space of it, hanging with the bros. They want to hear me drop a verse as Clarkson. Now that I've mentioned it, I think it's the perfect time to do so.
Go ahead.
People, when you're doing your animations, remember to add the music. I'm in the space of it, hanging with the bros. They know me where it glows. I skid in and they froze. I don't know nothing about no stars, I just glow. 40-something million something, so I've been told. I'm in my prime and this ain't even final form. That's as much as you're getting.
Yeah, that's fair. We don't want to get copyright struck because YouTube can literally do that over a voice cover.
Wait, there's one part that I think I have to do though. The from the screen to the... But I want to replace it with something. From the sketch to the script to the show to Space Bros. I'm an improv master. Do. From the sketch to the script to the show to Space Bros. There you go. Plenty of animation material there.
Yo, wait. Who's that outside my door? No, KSI, I swear we are not making fun of you, man. You don't gotta do that shit.
I feel like a lot of people, that don't know what Space Bros is are going to be very confused by this entire video. So,
True.
yeah, if you haven't already watched it, I recommend you go do it now and then come back. Oh yeah, side note, the link to the pilot will be in the description of this video.
Yeah, this entire thing. I mean, should I explain the reason we're even doing this in the first place? Because I still haven't really done that.
Oh yeah, you haven't said much in this video. So yeah,
That
go
is
ahead.
true. We are kind of doing this mainly because, I don't know, I just thought this would be a fun thing, I guess, as well, which is why I agreed to do it, because honestly, this is a pretty cool idea. We are supposed to have said voice actor playing the game with me, hence playing a game with insert voice actor here, but, we all know why that didn't work out.
Also, side note, if this goes well, we're gonna have other members of the Space Bros cast on here, so that's gonna be pretty cool. Also, if this wasn't already, like, I guess implied, if we do another one of these, put your voice requests in the comments of this video, and we'll look at it, and then we'll do it in the next one. But yeah, shall we move on to another voice request?
Alright, be my guest.
Okay, let's take a look-see. Let me choose one of these.
I am going crazy in this game right now. I don't know what's happening. I've not played in like 3 months.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna do this one. Okay. Oh dear, is that a pipe bomb? Oh. I really thought that was gonna... Yeah, that was my best at doing the explosion sound effect.
I love the second you did the explosion sound effect, like the game just started like lag spiking.
So yeah, there was that one. Whoever suggested that, I bet they're happy. Moving on. Let us talk about, like, I guess the characters and everything. So, there are a couple characters that don't appear in the pilot, but somehow still have fan art and fans of them. Because what I did to, I guess, advertise Space Bros, I posted over 100 animations to YouTube, like using sounds and everything, and they all link to the Space Bros pilot. Like if I like you know those people that make like the animations with the Vine sounds. It's like that, except I use all kinds of audio and I do all kinds of like videos. It's whatever gets people to click, man. To get whatever, and then I get people intrigued. They're like, "What's the Space Bros pilot?" And you know, then I go on my second channel. I do like speed paint videos. Like I just try and spread it to every corner of the internet. Actually, you know, me and Justin over here, we have been trying to spread Space Bros through Google. We've been trying to get it. When you Google a Space Bros character, an image of them pops up. So we uploaded all the images onto this like website, but it didn't work. So we're probably gonna have to make like a wiki page to get it to work.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Also, there are 2 Space Bros GIFs public on Discord that anybody can use. We're still trying to get all the other ones on there, but 2 are currently public and available and like usable.
Dang. Okay.
Why does it feel so dead? Why does the atmosphere feel so dead inside?
Probably because we were supposed to be recording this together, like the game.
You're locked in, man. You're locked in.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, just remember anybody watching this is more of just like, would you call this like a test in a way?
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
Because it's just like, we just want to see what people think of the concept. Like, because the concept is supposed to be me and said voice actor on here are supposed to play the game together while yapping about random stuff and requests and everything. But of course, it probably feels a bit weird because we're not doing that. I'm just playing a game. I'm just locked into a game while Aiden's yapping about Space Bros. So, yeah.
But yeah, you know, I think we should talk about a certain character that a lot of the fandom has really taken a liking to for absolutely no reason.
Oh boy.
A certain soda-headed person wearing a suit. All Space Bros fans that are watching this video are screaming right now. They're internally screaming. Let's talk about the unforgettable Dr. Fizzle. Yeah. That was my impression of the viewer. Anyway, so yeah, the unforgettable Dr. Fizzle was supposed to be a one-off villain character for the pilot, but people in the fandom loved him so much. I saw comments begging me to bring him back in the next episode, to the point where people were making fan art of him, and people were saying all this stuff about him, and then I only fueled the fire because in the animations I would post, I used Dr. Fizzle in a couple of them, and whenever I did that, they would get more views, and people would be like screaming, "Dr. Fizzle! It's Dr. Fizzle!" People are obsessed with Dr. Fizzle for no reason. When I released his redesign for the full series, people were like low-key thirsting. Why is he kind
They
of...
were?
Why is he kind of buff now? Bro, he looks badass. I have no idea why. He's a soda bottle with an eye wearing a suit. I don't understand.
I'm so sorry. Just a side note, I am so sorry to anybody watching the gameplay right now. The internet is dying. Anyways.
You know, this is starting to feel more lively. This is starting to feel more alive. We just gotta
True.
cut out all the bits of silence during the other part. Yeah, don't cut out this part. So yeah, people watching, there were bits of just like silence, and we didn't know what to say, so we just weren't saying anything. But so yeah, you don't have to worry about that because this is pre-recorded. But yeah, if we were doing this live, my God, oh no. But yeah, moving on to other things. Let's just talk about, like, I guess, you know, let's just talk about, like, Ohio for a second. You know what I mean?
What?
All that, like immediately, like, 5 people click off.
Yep, like we already lost like half the view count, man.
Yeah, dude.
What have you done?
I mean, yeah, dude. What in the garden of Ban Ban would make you think a single Sigma would give 2 fricks about becoming a better
Oh my
Rizla? You have no proof that this little YouTube short even works. You want people to play PUBG just because? That was cursed. Clarkson saying Jet Alpha slang that continuously, one after the other.
Excuse me, Clarkson. That was not very skibbity of you.
Well, maybe you should go to Ohio and drink with Grimace.
They don't, but the problem is they don't got no yachts in Ohio. So, I don't know how I could go down there.
Actually...
This is starting to descend into chaos. We should probably stop.
It's the brand new 1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Alright, so now that all of our viewers are gone, let's continue with...
Let's do another voice request. Okay, oh god. This is the perfect time to do this. This is the perfect time to do this one. This is my favorite one. Nori? What did you mean when you said I don't just have cake, but the whole ass bakery? I don't own a bakery. When I read that, was the first one. That was the first comment that was under the post, and I laughed so hard when I saw that one when I read it. Oh, man.
We're just gonna have somebody submit, like, an entire, like, paragraph or something one time, and we're gonna be here for 3 minutes of you saying a line.
No, it's like, hey, can you do a one-man performance of the Amazing Digital Circus pilot in the voice of Clarkson?
Oh my god.
Next thing you know, you got Clarkson Because like I'd have to do impressions of the other characters, but Clarkson would have to be the one doing the impressions, so it would sound hilarious.
It'd be even funnier if there was no impression. It just sounds like Clarkson's losing his mind.
So why don't we make something up? Sure, just pick anything. I don't care. What about? Right, terrible. Now, what about Pomni? It's fine. I guess I just need a moment. You're right, Jax. We should have a new adventure for our new pal Pomni. I said that like 5 minutes ago. That's your little
would be
preview.
peak.
That's your little preview. But yeah, funny. Dude, you're so locked in right now.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know it.
Yeah, I mean everybody knows, man.
There we go. Oh my god.
Game! By the way, side note, if you're wondering who Nori is, she's another one of those characters that hasn't appeared in the pilot yet, which, I'm gonna be honest, out of a lot of the characters, she's the most mysterious one. I haven't said, like, a lot about her, and I don't plan to, because you're gonna find out her deal, like, later on in the show. The only thing that, like, is publicly known about her is that she's some kind of weird, like, character that, like, only Clarkson can see. Nobody else can see her but Clarkson. Also, side note, this is something people didn't know, that I'm going to reveal here. She doesn't actually speak. She's one of the only characters in the show that doesn't actually speak. She, like, whenever she talks, she, like, makes words appear, like, above, like, a hologram using her, like, magic or powers or whatever. However, she does sing. She doesn't talk, she sings. By the way, there are going to be musical numbers in Space Bros. Space Bros itself is not a musical, but there are going to be a few musical numbers. For really important things. Huh?
There are?
Yeah, there are.
Dang, that's crazy. Not expecting that one.
Side note, let's talk about Baron Vane for a second. So, basically, he's the main villain of the show, who is another character that we haven't seen in the pilot. So, basically, his whole deal, I'm gonna be honest, he's inspired by, like, what happens when you take Black Hat from Villainous, Alistair from Hazbin Hotel, and Pilot Stolas from Hell of a Boss, and you put them in a blender. And that's how you get Baron
Well, then
Vane.
they'd all just die. So is Baron Vane actually dead?
But yeah, I voice him, and I wasn't supposed to voice him. Like, so, side note, I'm also the voice of Dr. Fizzle in the pilot. But that's only because he was supposed to be a one-off character. And I put, like, a gajillion effects over my voice to make it, like, yeah, I didn't even put my name in the credits as Dr. Fizzle. Because he's a one-off character that, like, nobody was supposed to care about. But now that, like, you know, we're bringing him and making him, like, a full-time character, he has his own VA that we may get on here for, like, another episode. Yeah, his name's David. He's the new VA of Dr. Fizzle. And, I think the voice that he gave, like, really suits Dr. Fizzle. Like, he still sounds like Dr. Fizzle, but, like a bit different. We're making Dr. Fizzle a bit more like a CEO kind of person, but, like, still retaining that goofy-ness about him. So, you know how it be. Anyway, let me read another request. Huh. Well, this really has been Space Bros. Don't know why they wanted that. No idea, actually. I'm so confused by the property in Egypt line.
That's gonna be like a
dude.
reference to something that's so absolutely insane it just gets my channel, like, immediately terminated.
There's another one that's coming up that I'm really looking forward to. But I'm gonna wait a little bit to do that one. So, Let's go a little bit. Let's go blah 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 blah. So, by the way, Justin, was there like a moment in Space Bros, or like when you were reacting to it, like something that like you weren't expecting, like something that caught you off guard, or like just anything about the pilot that like you weren't expecting?
I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting. It's such a specific thing, but it's just like with the what was happening, it was just really funny for some reason. The plot convenience ray.
The mother. Oh yeah, I can curse. The motherfucking plot convenience ray.
That was probably the dumbest thing. Like, in a good way, that was incredibly stupid.
I know. When I was doing it, I doubled back on it. I was like, should I do this? This is so stupid. This is such a stupid joke that, like, I didn't know if I should have went through with it. But thank God I did, because people actually did find it funny. Because it was so stupid that people found it funny. It's the way that it cuts, and it plays like the most relaxing music when it cuts back to it on the wall. I left the bloody plot convenience ray at home.
I also just think that was probably, I think you've told me this in call before, actually, but I'm pretty sure that's like the moment that, just like for me, for most people, realized, oh wait, maybe this isn't gonna be that bad.
Okay, we have like things that like subvert the audience's expectation at the beginning. Because, side note, the Space Bros pilot for the team, it was more like a learning experience of how to do animated, like just an animated episode. That's why it was so short. The main episodes, they're still gonna be Space Bros, but they're gonna be a lot longer. 2, they're gonna look a lot better. And 3, they're just gonna be like all together. The quality's only gonna go up. I'm gonna be honest. The quality's only gonna go up. I've seen, like, we have half of episode 1 already done. By the way, even though the pilot is technically canon to the series, the pilot is separate from episode 1. Episode 1 is not the pilot. It's the pilot, then episode 1. Even though the pilot is canon to the series. So, yeah. I've seen the stuff we've already completed. It's genuinely, like, impressive how much better it looks. Character designs stay, like, consistent. It looks a lot less blurry. And it's just, like, the animation's a lot smoother. The characters', like, facial expressions are just better. They blink, they're like, their eyebrows move. It looks a lot better. Like, all together, it looks a lot better. I did, like, I showed a little bit of it in my, my video explaining why I was, we were going away for 3 months to, like, work on stuff behind the scenes. And then when we came back, we were gonna release all the content. But, I showed, like, a little bit of the stuff that we'd already done. And, I put a little text bubble above it that said, better animation, what the... because it really does look a whole lot better than it did in the pilot. But I guess that's what happens when your pilot becomes a success and you want to go all in with the show. So yeah, there's that. Also, we have, another animator who's working on all the fight scenes. So that way, like, the fight scenes are just a lot more, you know? Like, I want the fight scenes to be crazy in this show. Not, like, full-blown murder drones, like the knife fight in the prom episode. That's too crazy for me. Like, but at least somewhat well done, right? I'm still gonna, like, and everything, and the team. A lot of the animation is still being done by like the people and everything. You know what I mean. But we do have somebody else who's working on the fight scenes now. Especially with the choreo, like, they're used to, like, choreographing fight scenes and everything, so it's more like a piece of cake for them, you know?
I'm going against the same guy, huh?
Moving on to another voice request. This should be good. This is one that I was looking forward to. I am going to shoot someone just for the hell of it. That was great. Or okay, I'm gonna do 2 takes. I'm gonna do that one where he sounds annoyed, and I'm gonna do one where he just sounds dead inside. I'm gonna shoot someone just for the hell of it. Out of those 2 takes, which one do you think's better?
Probably the first one.
Okay. Side note. You know we were almost gonna change the logo when we released the full series. It was gonna look more. It like the new logo. It kind of looks like the logo for like a game like Doom. It looks like the logo for a video for like if we did a Space Bros video game. And I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't like it, and the original logo just feels like so recognizable. So we're keeping the original logo and we're not changing it. So yeah, there's that.
I mean, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. Another thing. Dude, man, you gotta. I know you're locked in, but like, come on. I can't be the one saying all the things. This is your show. I'm supposed to be a
Believe
guest
you
here.
me, I'm trying to think of something. I'm not just locked in playing. I'm like, is there something I could say to this? Nope. Okay.
Man, this is so Sigma. We're keeping that in.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we had like little bits to like get the audience to stay and watch, like just to see where it's going, and then like the animation got better. Like by the end of the pilot, the animation quality is like closer to what the final product is gonna look like when we release the actual episodes. But when it started, like when the episode starts, the animation doesn't look as good as it gets later in the episode.
What do you think your favorite? What do you think your favorite part of episode 1 was?
My favorite part, that is too hard to say. I definitely know, like, a couple of my favorite parts. I'm gonna just pick 3. Otherwise, we'd be here all day. Well, all night, technically. We're recording this at, like, 8. So, one of my favorite bits I think we did was the bit where we introduced Ava, right? And she like looks like she's very clearly drunk or something, and she looks over at the cactus with the sunglasses and the party hat and says, "Hey, come here often." And then it cuts back to, why did we adopt that thing again? Because we can. I thought that part was pretty funny. Another, I think, really memorable part, especially I think even you said this was a pretty memorable part, the bit with the dry erase board.
Oh yeah.
The frickin', like, so for context, in the pilot there's this scene where like Clarkson, just out of nowhere, the scene cuts, he's like talking, he's suddenly wearing a t-shirt, and there's like words that are appearing on it, because I thought it'd be funny. By the way, I added that. I made it seem like I made it a t-shirt because it's too hard to do a jacket. I was lying. Because in the trailer, you can see the original version of that scene. He was wearing a jacket, so I made that up to make that scene funnier. Also, Star's bow tie disappears halfway through. I feel like the color doesn't really contrast well with the rest of him. Like, it's just this bright-ass pink bow tie. So yeah, none of that. There's no more bow tie anymore. Or, like, there is going to be a bow tie sometimes, but it's going to be, like, a smaller black bow tie that contrasts better with his character, like, the colors that we used. Well, something that I've seen a lot of talk about is, like, the bright colors we use for the character designs really make the whole thing, like, pop, I guess. I've seen a lot of people compare the animations to, like, early 2000s, like, some Newgrounds type stuff. Someone compared it to South Park, which, hey, South Park's good, dude. I'll take it. But yeah, moving on. Oh yeah, another one of my favorite bits. The bit where this is the bit that everyone quotes. Like, this is the line of the pilot. I mean, there are a lot of like really quotable like lines that I've seen people quote, but this is like the line, like my magnum opus, the most famous words I've ever uttered in the history of my career. Is, I mean, we throw things at you all the time. You have no idea just how many times I hear people quote that daily. I've seen a friend of mine did an animation of their OC saying it. It's like the most memorable quote from the entirety of the pilot. So for context, Stark calls Clarkson from the TV, interrupting his movie night with the other little vampire thingies that broke into his ship. You got to appreciate how he's able to vibe with them right as he's about to kill them afterwards. And they're watching the most hit movie of all time, My Babysitter's a Vampire. He's like trying to watch, like he needs to learn how to kill these vampires that like multiplied aboard their ship. So he watches My Babysitter's a Vampire to learn how to kill vampires. And he's just watching it, like chilling with the vampires who are like sitting next to him on the couch. They're just vibing. And then Star like interrupts. And then Star's like, yo, I found her. And he's like, you have to call me about it though? And he's like, at least I'm doing stuff compared to whatever it is you're doing. Ava throws something at Star's eye. And he's like, ow! Hey, I told you to stop that. And then Clarkson is like, hey man, we don't yell at Ava. And Star's like, but she's literally throwing things at me. And then Clarkson's like, I mean, we throw things at you all the time. That bit, it's like the most memorable bit from the entirety of the pilot. Like, I think out of any character dynamic that I've created for this show, Star and Clarkson have the best character dynamic that I think. It's great because it works. It just works without, like, you see it in a lot of shows. It's you got the wacky, uncontrollable wild card, and then you got the guy trying to keep everything together from exploding. Like that dynamic. The Moxian Blitz, the Cusco and that one guy from Emperor's New Groove, the Mike and Sully Monster Tank. It's a dynamic that's used almost constantly in shows and movies. So I knew that we had to use that dynamic between at least two characters in this show, and Star and Clarkson just happen to be the perfect two characters to use that on. So yeah, those are, I think, like my three favorite bits from the pilot. We already mentioned the plot convenience ray, so I think there's no need to dwell on that. So, yeah. Moving on. Next question, if you have another one.
I guess I'd want to ask, what are your plans going forward with Space Bros? I don't know if you've ever discussed those publicly, so.
Well, we're gonna do, hopefully, we're gonna do 2 seasons, and I don't know if I want to do a 3rd season or a movie to wrap the whole thing up. Because, I'm going to be honest, I know all the twists and turns, things get pretty crazy, there's a lot of things that you wouldn't expect to happen. It's one of those shows that's going to have a lot of crazy twists that you wouldn't expect. Like, you're like, wait, what? No way, that's crazy. Who is that? The author of the journals. My brother. And then we break for season 2. Let me take a sip of water. My throat's getting dry. I guess, like, I have a lot, like, I had the whole thing, like, planned out from the beginning. I know exactly where I want, like, what I want to happen, when I want it to happen. Doesn't mean that I don't, like, I don't just have ideas for, episodes every once in a while, and then, like, I put them in. Because I do that sometimes. Season 1, I think, is going to consist of about 5, 6, or 7 episodes. I'm not sure yet. But, yeah. Because I'm trying not to, like, rush the show too much. Because I see a big problem with a lot of indie shows is that there's no pacing, there's not enough filler episodes. So I'm trying to, like, moderate that and find the best way to do that. If anything, I feel like episode 1 is going to answer a lot of questions that I feel like people had in the pilot. If anything, episode 1 feels like more of a pilot than the actual pilot did. it like reintroduces the characters if you aren't familiar with them. It explains things a bit better. It's longer. Animation's better. Like you get it. It's like how like the Hell of a Boss pilot, you don't necessarily need to watch it to watch the show, because episode 1 does everything that the pilot does, while also making it so that people that have already seen the pilot feel like they're getting new content. Next question.
New leaked character voice, question mark?
New leaked character voice, question mark.
Yes.
What do you want me to, how do you want me to answer that? Like, what's
You
the
don't.
question?
Anyways, next question.
What? I mean, okay. I guess there is Baron Vane, because like I said, I'm voicing him because by the way, I wasn't supposed to, but I knew exactly what I wanted him to sound like, and apparently I'm the only person that can do the voice good enough. So now I'm playing 2 characters. But Clarkson is going to have more screen time, even though Baron Vane's the villain. I want to make him ominous and mysterious, and like whenever he's on screen, it's memorable because we don't see him that often. He's like behind the strings, like he's like the rich British man who is on the phone and is pulling the strings. And he has this voice. I've done it on stream before, so I'm not leaking anything. But he sounds like, he basically sounds like this. He has this kind of fancy British accent, you know, and he's like, well, yes, but more people die if nothing is done about it, and it gets lonely here. You know, he's very British. He's basically just Pilot Stolas, but if they actually kept him in the show and didn't completely change his character into something else, and make him sound like a little twink. I liked rich British Stolas. But anyway, enough about my Hell of a Boss opinions. Let us get some more opinions from you, Justin. Let us get some more opinions from you. So, do you have any other questions?
It's kind of hard to come up with that many, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I haven't really done an interview thing like this before. So, I guess what I'll ask is, what was your inspiration for making Space Bros?
Well, it was like a lot of things. I think I've been inspired by almost every cartoon I've ever seen. But, I think a lot of big inspirations, Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, Spooky Month, what Eddsworld used to be, Murder Drones, for a lot of the robots. Like, you can clearly see there's a lot of stuff that's been implemented, and everything that feels like it's like a mix, you know? Baron Vane is like that one character that feels like they belong in the Helliverse. All the robot characters feel like they belong in Murder Drones or in anime. Mainly Evie, which is another character that hasn't appeared in the show yet in the pilot, but she is going to be appearing. Let's just say she's everyone's, or at least mostly all of my male fans' favorite comfort character, I guess you could say, for obvious reasons.
Ah, yes, comfort character. A wonderful way to put it, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just so happy, just like so unbelievably happy that there isn't anything else on DeviantArt. I'm very happy about that. So basically, for context, she was built to be like this ultimate assassin bot, but when they were transferring the files into her personality core, Dr. Fizzle accidentally uploaded his pirated anime into her personality core. So she's part assassin, part anime girl. and she sounds like an anime girl and talks like an anime girl, and she does like all the kawaii poses and stuff. So basically, all you have to do to beat her in a fight is just fluster her, and she completely loses sight of what she was doing in the first place.
Or you could throw me so far off the map into the ocean. Anyways.
Basically, she's like a robot version of Himiko Toga from My Hero Academia. You know, if she was a little less crazy. I'm gonna be honest, Himiko Toga, the English voice actor for her, is kind of my headcanon voice of what she sounds like. I did an animation with her using a clip from My Hero Academia. The voice just fits. But the voice is going to have like a robot effect over it, because all robots in this universe have to have a robot effect over their voice. That's a pet peeve of mine that I see in a lot of other shows with robots. They never put a robot effect over their goddamn voice. They're robots. They're supposed to sound like robots. And then the one time is a character that isn't a robot, they have the robot effect over their voice. Murder drones. I just don't understand. None of them sound like robots. They're just human voices coming out of robot bodies. That's the only thing about murder drones that just feels weird to me. They don't have robot effect over their voices. Here's another thing. Ava, who is a character that actually does appear in the pilot. So Ava, she's heavily inspired by Uzi from Murder Drones. If that wasn't obvious by how she was acting in the pilot. She's very edgy, very, like, you know, and plus, as a reference, I put a Murder Drones poster in her room. There's a lot of posters of other indie shows in the pilot, like of Digital Circus, Has Been, Lackadaisy, like as references. There's actually a lot of references to other shows in the pilot. There's references to video games in the pilot. There's a scene where, like, the hallway's dark, and you can see Slender Man, Freddy Fazbear, and Alistair in the dark. Turn the lights on, they disappear. For context, a lot of people were confused why I put them there in the hallway, but then they turn on the lights and they're gone. Star has a hallucination problem. And this is something I feel like I don't think I've ever talked about this before anywhere else. So this is new information to the people watching. Star has like a problem where when he gets too afraid, he hallucinates. And because he gets more afraid of the things he's hallucinating, he starts hallucinating more to the point where he needs like a shot if he can't control his emotions. So yeah. Just know that whenever we're with Star, if he gets jump scared or like gets spooked, there's a possibility that he could just have a full-blown panic attack and start hallucinating. I have something like that, we have a really fun idea to do with episode 2, where you're gonna get to see his hallucinations in action. What should I say about episode 2? I'll say one thing about episode 2. It's the first episode where they go somewhere else. In the pilot, they're in the ship. In episode 1, they're gonna be going to like a bunch of different places. But it's mainly gonna take place on the ship and in Baron Vane's palace, where we're gonna get introduced to him for the first time. And then at the end, we have this whole bit where they like go to some suburban neighborhood on another planet at the end to blow up some guy's house. You'll figure out why when the episode comes out 3 months from now. But the most I'll say about episode 2, they go somewhere for the entire episode that we haven't been before. It's basically like it's like a shopping episode. They go to a store, but crazy things happen there. That's where we get to see, that's where I think Evie is finally going to get the most screen time. We get introduced to her in episode 1, but she has one scene where we just get introduced to her and like that knowing that she exists. episode 2, I think that's gonna be like really the episode where like she has the most lines in episode 2 than I think she does in the whole season. So yeah, there's that. I feel like I've been talking for way too long now.
In that case, I have another question for you.
Ooh, okay.
I'm just overall curious, how have you felt about how everything has been going with Space Bros? Like, it actually doing decently well, the progress you're making, like, how do you feel about all that?
It's honestly incredible. Like, I didn't think it was, especially I didn't think it was gonna go so well this fast. And, like, the fact that it's still growing, that, like, it hasn't stopped even, like, 3 months after the pilot's release. It's still getting views. It's still going up. It's already past 1,000. It's at 1.1K, and it's still going up. I see new people commenting on it almost every other week. I see people making fan art. In the video I made, saying that I was going away for 3 months to work on stuff with Space Bros and other shows and stuff. In that video, I show a compilation of all the fan art, and someone made an entire, like, fan-animated thing of Space Bros, where there's this channel, right, and he, like, reanimated an entire Edgeworld episode, but there's a bit where it's the episode where, like, Tom is ruining Christmas. There's a bit where, like, in that episode where, like, they break into the home of a family and, like, burn their house down. In that bit, as a cameo, they animated him breaking into the Space Bros house and destroying all their stuff for Christmas.
Really?
And it was animated, like, really well. Someone said it to me, and I was, like, freaking out. I was like, dude, what, you gotta watch this. I'm like, what, yeah, why? And then I, like, was like, just wait, and then go to this timestamp. And I clicked on it. And then, you know, oh my god. And then I see the bit play out, and I'm like, oh my god. That is awesome. Oh my. And the Easter eggs they put, too, from the episode, they had the little vampire thing and stuff. The fact that there's stuff that they remember to retain from the pilot and everything. That the fandom has specifically memorized and will put in Space Bros, like, fan content. That's crazy to me that we're at that point. It's incredible, honestly. Like, it's at a point where with the live streams, I used to make live streams, get, like, 2 viewers. Now, when I do live streams, I get, like, an entire chat full of people asking questions and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
It's like the way that it's growing, and, like, it's gotten more successful than I could have ever dreamed. And it's only getting bigger from here. To the point where we're talking about crazy things and stuff. Yeah, we even had, like, a fan sweepstakes thing where, like, you know, so-and-so and you get to be in a Space Bros episode. We did that. So a fan is actually going to get to be in one of the Space Bros episodes coming up. Which is, they were really happy about it when they won. Yeah, there's that. People have made reaction videos to the pilot. That's how you know it's coming far. When people are making reaction videos to it. When that happens, you know that you've really, like, the deal's sealed. This is starting to work out, like, really well.
Yep.
Like, I'm predicting that when we upload this video, it's gonna break 100 in, like, the first day of it being up.
I mean, hey, judging by how your viewers are, I wouldn't be shocked.
Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, the Space Bros fans, I love every single one of them because, like, honestly, it really, none of this would have ever happened if people didn't like the show. And, you know, I could have posted that pilot, it could have only gotten 100 views, and then nobody ever cared about it. But that's not what happened. And it's still growing now, even though it's already bigger than I could have ever dreamed. So, yeah. I mean, So yeah, it's really incredible.
So I guess what I do want to ask is, like, how did you feel when you had, like, the whole pilot of Space Bros put together? Like, it was already, everything was, like, together, I guess, before everything else happened.
Like when it was finished and, like, I reacted to it put together for the first time?
Yeah.
Because, I did it, like, I did a lot of it out of order, so when I, like, put it together, exported it, I refused to watch it until I exported it and uploaded it, and it was all put together.
Really?
So I wanted to watch it like I was a viewer. And I remember playing it, right? Because I watched it on a TV. And by the way, I'd like to point out, the audio quality and the visual quality were a lot better on television. I thought it was going to look worse, like, you know how, like, YouTube videos that are made by phones are, like, worsely formatted on TVs? It actually still looks and sounds pretty good on TV. Like, my audio people did a good job. So, yeah. Basically, I remember I was watching it, right? And I was just, like, I was mesmerized. Like, it was like one of the most crazy feelings in the world, because some of those scenes I had recorded months ago, and, like, seeing them back, I was like, I forgot that I said that, and, like, seeing it all put together. And then I remember when that final scene came up with all the characters put together, when the animation had really, like, we knew what we were doing, and the animation had really gotten to, like, its peak, and just when the episode itself got to its peak and it was about to end, that scene I was talking about, the scene that, where that was literally the first time I ever drew the characters, and getting to see the characters brought to life. I remember that scene happened, I actually cried. Like, yeah, I was so happy that, like, getting to see a world that you've imagined since you were a kid, getting to see something like that actually come to life for a full 6 minutes and 56 seconds, it's this most indescribable feeling that, like, you really can't find it anywhere else. And I'm so grateful that I got the chance to do this, and I got the chance that it actually did get popular, and it did succeed. That people like it, and that means that, it wasn't all for nothing. And I think that was when I finally felt like I had done it. The thing that I had been trying to do for so long, which was tell a story and have people actually like it and enjoy it. To have a world of mine actually come to life in a successful way. That is when I really felt like I had actually done something with my life. And that is why I'm so grateful, and I'm so, like, stoked, and I'm looking forward to, like, everything else that's going to happen afterwards, because it's only going to get crazier from here. Like I said, it's only going to get a whole lot crazier. We're not slowing down anytime soon. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to everything that comes in the future, and yeah, that's pretty much that's what it was like when I saw it all put together.
I will definitely say, as a game developer, I relate to what you were saying about just seeing, like, something you've imagined for so long actually in, like, physical form almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we've recorded long enough. I think it's definitely time to wrap it all up. Like I said, if you haven't already seen the pilot, go watch it. The link's in the description. Or you could just not be lazy and type it into your search bar.
That is an option too, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, if you guys like this, we're gonna plan to do more. If you have any voice requests, just put them in the comments of this video, and we'll do them in the next one. And
all
you know,
all I will say before we end this is, of course, hopefully next time we can actually have the concept be fully here. Hopefully Fortnite will work. Because definitely, like, as what was happening a lot during this recording, that will probably be cutting out. There was just a lot of silence.
yeah, it's not, you don't have a lot of talking material when you're not really playing the game with the person.
Yeah, because at least then it's like a perfect balanced mix of we're both talking about the game, and then we switch topics to talk about whatever. But it was, that balance was only with me, because I was the only one playing the game. So there was no balance because of it. But hopefully next time we won't have this issue. Hopefully you guys didn't mind the footage cutting so much because of how many parts were cutting out.
I think the highlight of this video was like the middle portion where we were actually holding a continuous conversation, like doing requests and like saying the things and like having conversation. Like that, I think, was like the big, like the part of the video that I feel like a lot of people are gonna like really enjoy.
True, yeah.
Or that big ass like emotional speech I just gave at the end. But yeah. So that's going to be it for now, guys. Hopefully we'll see you in the next episode of Gaming with VAs, if you guys like this stuff. Can we please get at least a couple hundred views on this video? That's how we know you guys like this and we can make more. So yeah, we'll catch you on the flip side. And remember, watch Space Bros, or I will actually come to your house and find you.
For legal reasons, what he just said there was a joke. Haha. Right?
Not a joke. Anyway,
right?
Thank you and good night, fellas.
Oh, nah. Y'all better pray for me in prison.
Oh, wobbly
Oh,
goo.
no.